One, a two, a three. Welcome, everybody. We're here for another episode of Marriage is for Grown
Folks.
If you are new to the platform, I'm John.
I'm Brittany.
And we endeavor to share wisdom, nuggets, insight, successes, and failures.
Absolutely.
Of the 18 years that
Yes.
we've been together. We don't have all the answers, Sway.
No, we do not. But what we know,
All right, come on, you with me.
we want to share.
We want to share it as unfiltered as we can, as honest as we can. And we're just going to give you us. For those of you who are return listeners, subscribers, shout out to you. Thank you for
Welcome
following
back.
the platform. Welcome back. I think we're almost to episode 50.
Almost.
So we're almost there. Shout out to every new subscriber.
Yes.
Those of you who have shared. Shout out to our videographer and engineer behind the camera, Marcus.
Yes.
Book him. And before we begin, shout out to the merch.
Okay. Marriage is for Grown Folks.
Last season's
Sweater.
Because
it's cold, y'all.
And I have on the oversized acid wash. She picked this color printout.
And he was hating on me, but I had a vision. And you see how that vision came together? Now he being dramatic tonight with my scarf on.
Come on
but
now.
the shirt is popping.
Hey, man, we've been...
Play if you want to, because you already know I'm going to call you out. Yeah, he about to try to play games.
You know, my childhood pastor used to always put a scarf on right after he preached. And I thought about this today, even when it was like 75, 80 degrees outside. I was like, why is he wrapping his throat up?
That's just old school stuff. If you sweat, cover your throat up so you don't get sick.
I preached this past weekend. Yeah, we shared the gospel. And what is today?
Can y'all see my face? Because he being dramatic.
I did.
You did, but you don't need no scarf on tonight inside of our house.
This episode is sponsored by Halls. All right. Sponsored by Halls and his team.
He's being very dramatic. But Halls, y'all can reach out if y'all want us to sponsor y'all in one of our podcasts. Vlogs.
We've been in revival. So...
He been wanting to do that since he was a kid.
So I'm probably going to wear this scarf the whole episode.
When he starts sweating, when y'all start seeing him
and I'm already
sweat,
hot now. I'm
just know.
like I popped a molly.
Yeah.
So tonight we've got a good episode. She doesn't know I think I told you the topic, but she doesn't know any of the points.
He told me the title, but we totally about to freestyle because it was a crazy busy day at work.
You're going to freestyle. I'm prepared.
And I'm here just to have the conversation. So
let's get to it. We have a definition. We're going to talk about why we got married or why couples get married. And I'm going to tell you all, I'm going to share with you, you already know.
Y'all.
So the subject of divorce in a couple of conversations that we've had with couples this week and cheating has came up. And also this question arose from a couple of different conversations that we've had since the last time we cut an episode around cheating, divorce, and this word that we've used. I think we did 3 episodes of deconstructing marriage. So this is really going to be like another part to that. I think this will be part 4, if I'm not mistaken. But I think that you would agree, we both agree that simply put, when we talk about deconstructing or reconstructing something, the beliefs, the values, the rules that were conveyed, that were presented, need to be investigated. We need to understand the origin of those rules and who benefited from those rules. And are they cultural? And why we're living by those rules. You heard what she said. So this question of why did you get married? Why do you desire marriage? We're going to kind of unpack that tonight. And the main crux of the conversation is going to be centered around a hall pass. A hall pass. So I would like to drop a stat real quick before we start. Yes, I love stats.
We live in Oklahoma, which is considered the Bible Belt of the USA. We have the second highest divorce rate. The only place that has a higher divorce rate than us is Nevada.
Oh, really?
Exactly. And you know, in Las Vegas, you can get married and not even do anything. Yeah.
Is that the only bomb you want to drop on that?
Just for now.
Very good statistic. I also read a statistic And then we hadn't discussed this, but I also read a statistic that said that marriages or divorce is on the low nationally. But the thought behind that statistic was that divorce is not on the decline because marriages are necessarily more healthy. Divorce is on the decline because people are not getting married. People are not entering into marriage. So I think that a lot of people, I know our generation and younger, are really beginning to question, do I need to get married? Now, here we go. I talked to a gentleman, man, he's probably in his 50s. He's divorced twice. And he said that he was looking for a wife. Can I tell you, already know what I said to him. Man, listen, I don't know if I can say this. All right, let's say it anyway. I said to him, man, you sure you want to go through the legal process of marriage because it's hell to get out of it if it doesn't work? And I said, man, it would be better for you to find somebody and commit to somebody that has mutual respect for you and vice versa.
Right.
Than to try to make marriage work for the sake of religion, for the sake of what you believe, what has been handed to you as conviction. I said, man, I'm just telling you as your little brother, like, if you're just getting married to get your rocks off,
or to just say that you're married,
it's like there's another way to skin that cat without.
Absolutely. There's a healthier way.
Putting yourself in that system, healthier way, more economical way.
Right.
To do that in honesty, in integrity, in respect for you, in respect for that other person before you even decide. So what I was really telling him in short is take the pressure off of, I gotta get married.
Right.
For the sake of the optics.
Right.
At 50 some odd years old, it just doesn't look the same as it does in your 20s.
All he need to be saying is living my life like it's golden. Don't need no extra stress now, baby.
Now, some viewers are going to have issue with that. Some of y'all are going to understand. Some things you might just understand better.
Well, statistically, each time you remarry, your rate of divorce increases significantly. If we're just talking about truth and numbers.
You in the stats? Come on. So
I'm just saying.
Why did we get married?
What?
In a hall pass. You ready?
Yeah.
Let me define what I found a hall pass was in the wording that kind of best fit how we're going to use it. A hall pass is an intentional moment of permission that allows a person to express or explore what's truly in their heart without punishment, without fear, or without judgment. Without punishment, without fear, or judgment.
Can I say it like this? It's freedom. And I feel like some of us have been raised where we never had the opportunity to walk in freedom and to acknowledge truly what is on the inside of us and investigate that and see why we feel the way we feel and why we do the things that we do and why we think the way that we think.
Now, to that point, I like when you said why we think what we think. We're talking about hall pass. And really, like, let's say a divorced individual, a divorcee. At some point in time, we've got to ask the question, what part did I play in the failure or the
deterioration of this relationship?
Of the last relationship. If that is not understood, if that is not investigated, if that is not healed, if healing is not received in those areas that are needed on the individual's part, we can move to the next marriage to just say, I is married now.
Oh, Lord, help us on tonight.
But if the problem on the inside of me continues to live, thrive, and breathe, and it might not be, I want to hear your thought on this, and it might not be stirred. Like, I can be alone and not be in a romantic relationship. You can be alone and not be in a romantic relationship. And whatever those triggers were in that romantic relationship, we can repress them.
Yeah.
They
hibernate until you go into the next relationship. Then they wake up and be like, hey, I'm still here, y'all.
So my wisdom to that point, my wisdom to this individual was like, get into some really good therapy.
Yes.
And really find out if marriage is what you want, or if it's, as they say at the bottom of that funeral program, a special friend.
Oh, Lord. Or what if people don't even want marriage, but they feel like to fit into society norms, I gotta be married? I think that's so sad.
Now, there are people who are married on paper, but are not in covenant. Well, and there are people who don't have any paper that are in more covenant than there are people who I know that do have it.
What he just said, y'all.
Does that make sense? I got to say that again. There are people who have walked down the aisle or stood in front of the judge or the pastor.
They have a marriage certificate.
Exchanged the vows, and got the certificate, and went to the post office to have their passport name updated and changed their name, but they are not in covenant. They're not married. The value systems aren't the same. They have made babies together. They have a mortgage together. They have cars in each other's name together. They share a line of credit together, but they have never became one.
Nor are they trying to become one.
Now, wait. Oh, God. Then there are those who have never done any of the above. That haven't walked down the aisle.
Right.
That haven't went downtown and put their name on paper. That are in more covenant.
Right.
Than those who have.
Yeah.
So please don't misunderstand what she's saying, what I'm saying in regards to you can just do whatever it is you want to do. That's a whole nother conversation because what is it that you want to do?
Why do you want to do those things? Is it simply because somebody told you can't? Okay, we're not going to get off track. Go ahead.
We on track.
Why did we get married?
So does that,
yes,
how did you see that?
I agree.
Can you remember a time that we had these rings on our finger and we had made the decision, but the jail hadn't, when you put that jail.
I hate edge control. I hate edge control. And it looks really great on some people, but I hate the feel of that on my skin. I can't do it, y'all. So y'all gonna have to see these regular natural edges, the way in which God created them.
So can you remember a time that we agreed to the vows, but we were on completely two different islands?
Absolutely. That's why we used to joke on every anniversary and say, God will take care of babies and fools, because we were babies, meaning we were immature and we were very foolish in our thinking. Like we thought that we could just get in covenant with somebody and it just was going to work itself out. And it was like, no, hello, you guys are two adults. And got to make some decisions here.
And there is that working out period. Please understand, if this is your first time watching the episode, we believe in that phase of the relationship where you have to investigate the inner turmoil and work out your differences with one another. And those differences do not mean that you should not be together. Yeah. But there are just some core values that should be present at I do that help the gel come together.
Please say
as time goes on.
Please say that.
I can't say it again because I remember what I said. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So
you can't love to be poor and I love to be rich. It ain't gonna go together. You can't love to be clean and I love to be dirty. It's not gonna go together.
Unless I come to your side or you come to my side. But when something is a core value.
Right. If it's in there as a core value, it's not changing.
Pigs, you can wash them. You can buff them. You can put some of that cut on them and buff them out. Yes. That pig is going to go back to the mud. Not because it is evil, not because it desires to be dirty. Pigs don't have sweat glands.
And they want to be cool. And so they're going to roll around in that mud to cool their body off.
So as long as you're washing it, as long as the water is on it, you might be good. But as soon as the washing is over, because the sweat glands are not present, that's a core value. That's a core.
It was literally created to go into mud to cool itself off.
Mothers don't food the swine. So we've got 10 points, 10 questions. I don't know if we're going to get through all of them. These are hall pass related questions under why did I get married? And I want you to answer this question. Why do you believe at the top of your mind, why do you believe we are not honest in marriage? Like, why do you believe that there are a lot of people who really think something, feel something,
okay,
but won't speak it?
I'm ready. Okay. I think that people lie in relationships because they're not comfortable in their own skin. I think people lie in relationships because they have never really introduced themselves to themselves.
Wait.
And they have an inflated image of who and what they are and what they bring to the table, when in reality, a lot of times we are not as high and mighty as we would like to think that we are.
Slow.
Well, you asked the question and information started downloading.
This has got to be chewable. Okay, say that first. You said within first is what I heard you say.
I think that we lie because we're not comfortable with who we are within. I also think that we lie because we've never really introduced ourselves to ourselves. So if I don't know me, when I get into a relationship, I'm going to say what I think you want me to say, but it may not necessarily be the truth that resides on the inside of me.
Pause. You would say that comes from where? How does a person get to the place where
society norms, cultural norms, our country is founded on a whole bunch of lies? I mean, I could go on and on.
So,
I mean, you see it modeled before you, even as a child, in so many systems. If you are like, I am a people watcher. Like, I love to watch people. I feel like you can learn so much from watching people, right? But if you watch people, you can see them like start squirming and getting uncomfortable in certain environments. And they normally either puff up and try to present this grand version of themselves like a peacock, or they shrink down and they start hiding who they are. And I think that Brene Brown hit it on the nose when she said, when you show up in a room, just be present. Like, just be you. You don't have to be more than you. Just be you. It's like we forget that what makes humanity so beautiful is our differences. And we try to like clone ourselves. Like, oh, okay, it looks like everybody likes her. Let me try to be like her. No, baby, we need you in this world too. But if you don't know that we need you, then you're going to continue to try to make yourself a carbon copy of someone else. This is what is the craziest thing to me. Most people that are trying to copy someone else, what they have run into is someone who is comfortable in their own truth. And it's like, okay, I'm just inviting you to a place of truth. Just be you.
And that takes courage.
Yes.
That takes a knowing that how God created me. There's value in that.
I am enough.
That I am made in the image of God.
Come on. In his image and in his likeness.
One of the things that clicked for us individually, we didn't know that terminology, but I think that there was a time in your life and a time in my life where we found out that the way God made us was fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yeah.
And we had to exchange that belief for the one that we heard predominantly in church, was that I was born in sin
and shaping in
iniquity. Now,
which is an implication that we're flawed from birth.
So exactly. And I think that in my deconstruction process, in investigating some of the things that have been said down through the years in Black Western church, I heard born in sin, shaping in iniquity more as an identity.
Jesus,
than I heard
fearfully and wonderfully made in his image and in his likeness.
Now, hall pass, that prohibited me from being able to be honest.
Yeah. Because
how do I admit that there is a thought or a feeling or a desire that is negative?
Right.
You know, if there's something about me that I perceive as negative, I'm not going to admit it. You know what I'm saying? Because the rule is I've got to be beating my body and that there's something innately wrong with me. And I don't want to say anything or do anything that would further prove that there's more wrong with me. So I think that to your point about this first question, if we could be completely honest, why did we really get married? And why do people not tell the truth? How do we get to the place where we can say, this is who I am, this is what it is, right, wrong, or indifferent? I think that we've got to know that how God made us before the pain, before trauma happened, there was a beautiful us. There was the image that God created. There was a version of us that God created. And I think that our marriage journey has been beautiful because it's been really a journey back to the original us.
Absolutely.
Before pain happened to us.
Absolutely. I agree.
So I want to just echo what you said. In order for a person to be true in themselves, with their self, they have to rest and know, to me, that I'm not here by mistake.
That's right.
That if I do have a fault or a failure, it doesn't identify me. It doesn't label me or determine my future.
Right.
So, okay.
A mistake is simply a mistake. It is not my identity.
Well, so if you had a hall pass, to be completely honest, why did you really get married? You would say what? Can you remember back that far? I was 18 years ago.
Yeah, you made me feel safe and I had peace when I was around you.
See, even through all you've been through, love is still down there. If I could be completely honest, and we've already talked through this, so it ain't no shock. I really got married because I felt like, number one, it was my dream. Marriage was my dream because I did not get to see it in a lot of relationships around me. And it was my hope that I could have what I did not have. Does that make sense?
It does.
Now, right,
like how a poor kid dreams to be rich, you dream to be married because you didn't see it.
And the marriages that I did observe, I said, I want that because those relationships seemed wholesome. They seemed fulfilling, and those individuals in those relationships really genuinely seemed like
they wanted to be with each other.
They wanted to be with, and they were living the dream. And so right under that pure, lovable, God-centered, I wanted to knock boots.
Neck and neck. It wasn't under.
Where it's like here?
That was right here.
Okay. I wanted to knock boots. And they told me the way you can be around here knocking boots is that you got to be married. Can I tell y'all this and then we move to the next question?
You so pure.
Let me tell you how much, how influential the religious environment that I was in influenced my thought process.
Yeah.
I asked my youth pastor to marry me and my girlfriend. I was in the 10th grade. She was in the 11th grade. We begged our youth pastor to marry us.
I wish I would have known you back then.
I
could have just helped you.
Me off a piece of that funk.
I'm like, where the rubber at?
No, I want to rock.
Then that's why she's saying that we need to be married. Because who you not knocking up?
Well, it wasn't 11th grade. Is
me.
I had another
what?
Joke, y'all would cancel me. What I'm saying is,
okay, scrambled.
What I'm saying is, we wanted to do it right,
but they was already doing it wrong,
and we didn't want to do it. We wanted God to make it right.
Oh, okay.
You understand what I'm saying? We wanted him to take the wrong, but I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. Even besides that, 10th grade and 11th grade,
it's crazy. I was 15.
Us so that we can be in right standing with God. We won't tell our parents. We told this
marriage was not even on my radar. 15. I was 15 in the 10th grade. Okay. What is wrong with you?
Now I'm gonna tell you what album was out around that time. It was the Jagged Edge album where they was stand on them bikes. Where the part what they had that Let's Get Married. I think Let's Get Married was on that album or the one in all black and white. That Jagged Edge, Let's Get Married. Mimi, I was really singing that in 10th grade. Like, if you meet me at the altar in your right dress, I can go to sleep at night knowing that me and God are at peace with one another.
Bless your heart. That's all I'm going to say.
I know you was going to say that.
That's all I'm going to say.
That is, listen, this is why we bring this up. Because in arguments, in disagreements, these core truths come up.
They do.
When someone cheats, when you look at somebody other than your spouse, and the other one is like these thoughts.
Right.
Did you choose me because you want me? And one of the things I want you to speak on this. One of the things that we had to discuss when we got out of a harmful situation, religious wise, we had to ask each other, now that there's no one interfering, now that there's no manipulation in between us, now that there's no motive of an individual trying to, handle the situation between us, do you really like me and do I really like you?
Yeah, that's true.
And we came to the table and agreed that yes, it's still good. Is it still good to you?
It's good.
So what you thought when you married me, that has always came to the surface.
Right.
What I thought when I married you, that came to the surface until I dealt with it and addressed it and was able to see your love. So I think that when this particular couple I'm thinking about had the cheating thing going, the question on the table was, do you want to be there?
Well,
okay, someone cheated. At the end of the day, do you want to be there?
Right.
We did an episode and we talked about cheating, the anatomy of an affair. And we talked about not every affair is the same.
That's true.
Some people cheat to get out. Some people cheat because they want to still be in the relationship, but there's a need that they're trying to get fulfilled and somebody just met it.
Right.
So you have anything you want to say to that as far as being honest and those honest positions coming up during the tenure of the marriage?
I feel like the quicker that you can acknowledge what is true on the inside of you, the faster the relationship can solidify, because your spouse is either going to run from those truths or they're going to embrace those truths.
Yeah.
And that's really what you want. So I would admonish people, don't waste time trying to put on, because you hear so many horror stories about, I was just trying to be what they wanted me to be and, show up the way they wanted me to show up, but you're miserable.
And let me say this to that point. When you get older, we've hit this phase. I'll be 40 this year.
Baby.
She'll be 40 next year.
Next year.
Something just came over me where I said, I don't want to tolerate
it. Hit me in 30.
Hit you at 30? So I'm 10 years. And I gradually, I eased into it, but I'm at a place now where I'm just not with the shit. Anything that is not authentic, if I feel like I am being forced, if I feel any level of coercion, I can't even lie. It was already bad a few years ago.
Please don't ask me, do you want to be here if you don't want to know the truth? Because you might get a no. No, I don't want to be here. But I know that you are a little fragile and you need my presence. So I am here.
I don't have any. And that's a real, no secrets. We're too old to have secrets. You understand? There just comes a point in maturity and in freedom that does not bring destruction, but really brings honesty, where you say,
absolutely,
I can't do fake.
Right. That's true.
Now I wear some fake shoes. I don't,
fake shoes.
Some people got.
I feel like that's a sin.
Yeah, I wear a knockoff. It don't make
if you need to wear a knockoff, baby, get what you can afford. That's the level of fakeness. Just go on and put on them Walmart or Target tennis shoes. They gonna wear just the same. They gonna match your outfits just the same. Or save some money.
Okay, budget.
Okay.
I like it. Now listen. So there just comes a point in honesty where, at least for me and for you, I can't speak for our listeners, every listener, there just comes a point where you say, listen, if you don't want to be here, you ever heard somebody say, if you don't stop, I'm a blah, 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 blah. If you don't stop, I'm gonna, anyway.
Don't threaten me if you don't mean it. Because baby, your face is gonna be cracked and on the ground.
Don't sell me no wolf tickets, because I will cash them.
Do you hear me?
Okay, so that was that one. Here goes another one. If you could admit it without judgment, what were you hoping marriage would fix inside of you? If you could admit it. Now, I think that a hall pass is so beautiful because it's without judgment.
Right.
It's without fear. and it's without punishment.
Right.
I don't think that you can even have a conversation with the person without judgment, without fear, without punishment, if there's not a level of security.
Right. Within.
Mm-hmm. On both sides.
Agreed.
If, like, the person who gives the hall pass has to be secure and the speaker has to be secure.
Please say that again.
It only works if both people are ready to come to the table.
Right.
And be honest about what it is.
Right. Let me just insert a little tip here. When you start this journey with your spouse, significant other, friend,
that's good.
If this is not something that you are accustomed to doing, if this is a new space for you guys, like, set some parameters. I hate to even say like rules, because you don't need rules, but you need to be honest with where you are. So if you know that your mate, your partner, your friend telling you too much truth all at once may crush you, then you may say, okay, wait, if I need a break, I'm going to say this. Or if I stand up and walk away, I'm not trying to disrespect what we're creating here, but I just need a moment to reset. That's honest. That's real. You got to know yourself.
Was there anything that you felt like marriage was going to fix? Can you think back to that time? Was there anything broken?
I personally didn't think marriage was going to fix anything because I honestly didn't believe in the institution of marriage.
Damn, walking down when we got married, you still didn't believe it? Whoa, this is exclusive.
Okay,
exclusive.
He being extra, y'all.
No, I ain't heard that.
You haven't heard me phrase it like that, but you've heard me say this. Like, I never planned on getting married because I didn't believe that marriage worked. So that's the same thing that I'm saying. So
what were you hoping? You were just jumping and holding your breath, or what? You had to be believing.
To me, it was just a leap of faith. Like,
wow. Now this is at 22.
No, it was at 21. I was 21.
And I was 22.
You were 22.
6, 7. What? You were just hoping. So we both were scared.
I wasn't even really hoping. I'm telling you, like, you made me feel safe, and I felt a level of peace with you that I was willing to take the risk that it would fail.
Come on.
So for me, it was just a leap of faith because I really didn't believe that it worked. But I was like, you know what? All right, I'm down to go down the journey with him. And if it don't work, it don't work. Like,
now you do that at 21.
Because you got time.
Yeah, you don't do that. That's how I was telling this older
don't be doing that in your 30s, your 40s, or your 50s, baby.
That's young love.
Yeah. And I was a fresh 21. Like, I think I'd been 21 for a couple months.
That's everything is tight and right. That's no wrinkles. That's no children. Like, that's, no credit is better than bad credit. That's just no credit. You don't talk like that at 50.
Yeah.
It ain't I'm just going, no, nigga. What's your credit? Like, there's some questions.
Yeah. Let me say this, though. I feel like even as a teenager, I always had this internal feeling that whatever is meant for me was going to be for me. Yeah. Like, I can remember my mom saying, why you always be breaking up with dudes? And I'm like, well, if I'm meant to be with them, they'll come back around. Like, I would say that out of my mouth, not even fully understanding what I was saying. Because I just felt like I would know. Like, when that person comes in my life, I'm just going to know, like, that's my person.
I felt that. Now, this is sidebar, but I think that's so good. There were women that I was with. Now, I told you I was trying to get married in 10th grade. So even though I hadn't had a whole lot of dating, I didn't date a lot of women. Those that I did date, I started dating seriously. I was raised as you don't date just to be for the hell of dating, that you date to marry.
I had never heard that concept till I got with him.
Don't drag me tonight. So
I'm just saying.
I'm joking. So I resonate with what you just said. There were women that I dated that I just knew in my being, this ain't home. I'm here for a good time. Not a long time. You don't feel like home to me. You cool for right now because I'm lonely and I don't want to be alone. You company, but I can't see over into the future.
That gives a lot of insight. Come on,
talk out loud. Talk it through.
Okay, so for me,
this is live.
Right. You have to understand that John has a very interesting way of communicating with people. One of the first things you said to me is, "Oh, you got mom hands." I was like, what are mom hands? I'm not a mom. I'm 21.
I see.
So I didn't know if that was like a compliment or an insult, but you said if they didn't feel like home. Mom always makes you feel like home. Unless it's just like a crazy toxic dynamic. For most people, if you are feeling crazy, you can find a level of comfort in your mother because that's the person you came from.
And her and my mother have a lot of the same values.
Yeah.
Like both of them are nurturing caregivers to their core. My mom was in the medical field. My wife is in the medical field. They both are just come through women. And that was my limited version at the time. To your point, and what I was trying to say is I need to marry a woman who makes me feel like home, who makes me feel safe, I guess would be the word.
But home is okay because that's your verbiage.
Yeah. You get naked at home.
Okay, listen.
You can be yourself at home.
That's right.
There were some women who I was like, you know, and one girl I was dating, her hands looked like they had left her hands in the amniotic fluid for too long and they was wrinkled. And I was like, you cute in the face, but your hands look like they've been in some bathtub water for a little too long. And it was my sign from God, like, she's a good time, but she ain't a long time. But when
Not your sign from God.
Yeah, that's what he told me. So I said, you know, don't have no babies with this woman because this ain't the end all be all. But when I met Brittany's hands, oh my shot. I said, those are the hands that I seen in my
glory.
Okay, we gotta move. So there we come. These hands.
And I got a really cute color. Oh,
so to that point. Now, okay, we gotta finish this. We probably only gonna do 2 more.
No, it's good.
If you could admit it without judgment, what were you hoping that marriage would fix inside of you? I really believe that depending on your emotional intelligence, you may not be able to answer this question honestly.
Right.
Because like when relationships fail, I oftentimes hear people say, I was the fool. You know, I shouldn't have married him. I shouldn't have married her. I was this, I was that.
Yeah.
But to answer that question with honesty while you're still in it
can be difficult.
Is a whole different ballgame because that means that you have to do something
about what you're acknowledging.
Yeah. So one of the things that I wrote under that question is, did you believe that it was going to fix your identity? We've got a lot of identity searching going on in our world right now.
Yes.
I like a lot of it. You know, brands and social media and the haves and the have-nots and who I'm with and who we are even networking and where people decide to go to church at based on who's there and the networking and the business possibilities and you know what I'm saying?
If it's a business deal, say that.
Marrying up.
If it's a business deal.
You was going to say it again.
Say that.
She said it twice.
But your identity is not a wife. It's not a mother. It's not any of those things. You got to know who you are.
Did we believe that loneliness, that it would solve loneliness? Marriage. You don't have to necessarily.
I think that part of me did.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I really do. I feel like part of me did. And I don't think that I had the vocabulary to articulate that at the time. But to know that somebody can bring me peace and safety when I'm in their presence and knowing that I wanted to be in that and knowing that I lacked that on my own. Yeah, I would have to say loneliness played a piece in it.
Now, that is so good you brought it up. Here, Marcus, timestamp this one. I believe this wholeheartedly, and I had this thought before we started recording. We say it all the time that I think that a lot of times when we refer to the marriage, we're referring to an inanimate object. My marriage, my car, my house, my Christmas tree,
my cup,
my fireplace. But the marriage is really the culmination of 2 individuals.
Of me and you.
Their state.
Jesus.
Yeah. So when we say, how is the marriage? We cannot assess the marriage without assessing the inside of the participants.
The right response to someone saying, how is the marriage would be, let me see. Today I am feeling fulfilled. John, how are you feeling?
Tired.
That is how the marriage is currently doing.
Sore throat.
Dramatic.
But that is so true.
Yeah.
And I think that it's just easy to label it and just lump it all into one.
Right.
Instead of what you just said, itemizing where I am right now, where you are right now.
Yeah.
Because the wellness that you are.
Please say that.
And the wellness that I am.
Yes.
Is the byproduct of the marriage.
Come on. That's going to determine the wellness of the marriage. So if we both not doing good, the marriage is not doing good.
Come on.
If you doing good and I'm doing bad, then we might be still at a neutral. Okay. And if we both doing good, then we might be doing good.
Right.
Just saying.
Brene Brown said it's never 50-50.
Come on.
It might be 20-80.
Yep.
It might be 90-10 today.
Yeah,
it might be
60-40.
It might be 60-40. Come on, Frank. So I think that is so good to understand and appropriate to address within self.
Yes.
Because if I came into this relationship believing that you were going to fix something in me,
right,
and you're not fixing something in me, I could very well blame you for something that I never possessed on day one.
I just feel this in my spirit. So I'm just going to go on and say this, okay? Yeah, I just feel it. Can we stop saying, I don't want to be his mama?
Oh, Lord.
Nurturing does not mean that you're being anyone's parent. Number one, it's just being nurturing. Number two, I feel like a lot of women that say that, they really have daddy issues and they don't want to be your mama because they looking to you to be their daddy. I'm going to get off the soapbox now.
You're not my daddy, you're my man. Kelly said it. So another one of those, let's do them again.
Okay.
If you could admit without judgment, what were you hoping that marriage would fix inside of you? This is a question that you can ask yourself honestly.
Absolutely.
And you might be able to track the answer to this question based on your frustration.
Oh, that's good.
At certain times, maybe not now.
Yes.
Maybe in the future. So just put this in your pocket and save it.
Yeah.
You might not be able to identify this currently.
Yeah.
But your frustration with that individual or with the entity of the marriage, you can link it back to a failed expectation.
Right. It'll highlight it for you. If you are struggling to see what is true on your own, look at what makes you upset with your partner and then link it back.
Because it's always going to go back to self.
Yes.
You married. Now, this is okay, we got to stop.
No,
the God honest truth is there's a high probability that what you don't like about this individual isn't new. I heard that none of your friends is buying none of that new.
You're nuts.
There's a high probability that it was James Moore say he was there
all the time.
They didn't just start getting nasty. They have been nasty, but they probably masked it to get you on the hook.
Well,
they probably always were promiscuous. They just couldn't hold it no more. They gambling problems, alcohol, whatever, workaholic. Like
they sold you the version of themselves that you wanted to see.
Let me add this to that pipe. And you did
also,
possibly as well. So that's why I wanted to just say that it's got to point back to self.
Yeah.
You only have control over you.
That's
only
right.
Can dictate and change you. Everything outside of you. Okay. So did you believe that it would fix loneliness, identity issues, stability? This is a whole nother episode within itself, like the stability one. And now, okay.
Baby, please stop lying to yourself, thinking that just because a man is paying your bills, he's going to fulfill you.
Or vice versa.
Ooh, or vice versa.
That conversation.
It's sugar mamas and sugar daddies.
The sugar mama, the sugar daddy. We've heard that ever since I've been alive. There's a young lady, she's an older lady on my page who was calling her husband daddy in the 90s. And he was like 4'11" in height. And she was tall. She was about as tall as you. Calling him short man daddy in the 90s. What? I don't know why I thought of that. what I'm saying
Listen, that's a confidence he walking in.
Or he had something that we couldn't see.
Oh
that
my
the eye couldn't see.
God.
He was standing on his wallet, or he has anyway. Brandon people, he gonna cry that.
Back on subject.
The economy is broken.
Yes,
in America.
It is.
I'm only speaking to where I've lived at. The economy is through. It's broke.
Yeah.
It ain't get it. It is broke. And we see exploitation. We see economic desperation right now. So I think that this will and has and will continue to increasingly trickle down into our relationships until this is fixed. If it is fixed economically, that people are looking for stability and they will, in desperation, do whatever they need to do to eat, to have shelter.
Right.
It's bad out here.
It is. I just think that we have to be honest about it. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with looking for stability, but don't lie to yourself about it. Don't get with someone for stability and then want them to be, you know, like your knight in shining armor or like your princess. That is not why they came to the table. They came to the table because you needed stability and they were able to offer it. Not because they had emotional intelligence, not because they wanted to heal your wounds. You needed stability and you sought them out, and that is what they gave you. So you got to stay in that truth.
Jocelyn Hernandez, the Puerto Rican princess, declared,
"Oh my God,
ever really love B. Stevie? That man drug her through the mud on every episode of Love and Hip Hop. And at the end, and I don't even think that was the end of the relationship. This woman with that heavy Puerto Rican,
we couldn't watch it anymore after
wanted
the first season.
To know from this. Now, he didn't drug her through every season that they were together. She's still asking him on national television, did you ever really love B. Stevie? Hello, the man that showed you. But
really, that's a snapshot of how men treated her growing up.
Right.
And how men treated her prior to that relationship.
I'm not going to do it. So stability is really it's really a serious issue.
Yeah.
Now, there are some people, if you would be honest, male or female, that one of the primary reasons why I'm with you is because you bring some stability. Yeah. There are people that will say, yes, I do. And because of that, I need you to do. I need you to have, I almost cussed. I need you to have it on, I need you to have it on the table. I need you to have it in the air. And whatever the agreement is.
Right.
There are some people that if you're honest about, I'm with you primarily, or one of the top 3 reasons is stability.
Yeah.
They might tell you to get your coat and your hat. Hell to the no. I don't want to be with anyone who is with me for whatever you believe is stable, financially, emotionally, etc. I want you to be with me because you love me and you want to be here. Yeah. And if tomorrow I'm not stable,
come on, that part.
Will you stay?
Well,
if you got with me for financial stability.
I don't think y'all hear him in here.
If you got with me for financial stability and we sign our name on that paper and there's no prenup and I lose my stability, are you still going to be there? So that's why what she said earlier, it's important to come to the table at some point in time in the juncture of your relationship. Now, it's better to have it at the beginning. A lot of us, we didn't have it at the beginning.
Yes.
We did have the conversation at the beginning, but we didn't know what the hell we was talking about. We didn't know that life was going to life 18 years later.
Exactly.
Like you said, we just said, I do by faith. We had a child pass, your mother passed, your grandmother passed, then your grandfather passed, then another grandmother passed, and then loss, ministry, children, just the whole thing. We did not know that for better or worse was
really coming for us. Okay.
And more worse for a little bit than better.
Yeah.
So anyway, stability is a major, and we really got to talk about that.
Yeah.
Like, how does your stability make me feel? How does your instability make me feel?
Right. Or how does my stability make me feel? Or how does my instability make me feel? Cause I remember you early on in our relationship. Now in my head, I'm like, we young, we 21, we 22. We still figuring out life. We still like getting in our careers. You would often say, I'm supposed to already have a house and 2 cars before I get with you. I was like, what? But I never got with you for resources. So that's why for me, I was just like, I don't get why you keep saying that.
How much inner turmoil are you in?
That's right.
Are you in? Are you in? How much inner turmoil are you in? My inner turmoil was, this is what I should have. Those marriages that I saw.
But that's also because you were planning on being married from the 10th grade.
Okay. So I should have had it.
For me, I knew I was still trying to figure life out. So I'm like, all right, we're going to try it and see.
So the marriages that I saw and I observed, these people were in their 40s and in their 50s. They were established. They were homeowners. And I'm looking at them with, car fresheners and, driving Cadillacs with the bows. And I'm saying, I need to have that.
He was looking at Preacher Show.
I was looking at it. Don't tell on me. Anyway, so, and the last one under that
Deacons
is spiritual guilt. Did you believe that getting married would fix spiritual guilt? Yes.
No.
Do you want me to go get the sugar from my house or what? Yes.
And I think that normally that is reversed. Like normally the woman is feeling more spiritual guilt than the man. However, for us, it was in reverse. So I remember you would be looking at me like, what? And I'm like, I never had that kind of pressure on me. Nah.
And it came up. I'm telling y'all, like, when we argue, when we have disagreements, if there's not a baseline understanding of where this originated from, you were going to spend money unnecessarily on counseling and on therapy.
Yeah.
And in the healing line and wherever else people look to find a solution because you are possibly spiritually bypassing the issue. This is our definition. I think we'll start with one of these. Spiritual bypassing is the use of spiritual ideas and spiritual practices to avoid facing unresolved emotional issues, psychological wounds, or developmental tasks. So it is very important that we identify the root of what it is that we're trying to address outside of over and spiritualizing it.
Can I say this?
You can.
This just, it's bubbling.
Okay.
In real time.
All right.
We live in a day and age where therapy is thrown out a lot. But if therapy is really going to be effective, you still have to be honest with somebody. You have to be honest with your therapy, your therapist. So it is very possible for you to say, I'm in therapy, we're in counseling, and nothing be changing because you're still not being honest with yourself. So therapy works, ! If you are honest, ! Therapy cannot work if you are not honest. Because I know too many people that tell me, oh, I'm in therapy, I'm in counseling. And I'm looking at you like,
you looking at them like what?
Nothing has changed. Baby, what you tell me your therapist? Because you can't be being honest. Because the same issues you had a year and a half ago are still very much present in your life right now. Like, therapy is built to challenge every fiber of your being. If you are paired with the correct therapist, every thought process, every internal rule that you are living by, they gonna come for it.
Yeah.
And they gonna ask you, okay, but why do you believe that? And why do you see it like that? And what made you think that every relationship was gonna respond in this way? And do they know you have these expectations? My therapist had me ready to have like panic attacks on her couch because I was like, she about to come for my whole entire life today.
That pill.
And I know I need it. but I don't know if I'm ready for this session.
Yeah.
But I kept coming back because I am a lover of truth. And although it was uncomfortable, because it was uncomfortable, y'all, I done hit some curbs on the way to therapy and on the way back. And I turned red when I cried. Like, I ain't got no cute cry. I turned like beet red. I'm too high yellow. But she would have me tore up. We did my family lineage in the first session, and I just started crying because I didn't even realize how fragmented like what I came out of was until she began to ask me questions. I'm like, well, this is Uncle so-and-so, but he got a different daddy than my mama. And then this is Uncle so-and-so, but he got a different mama than my daddy. And then we get down to like my lineage, and I'm like, oh God, talk about history repeating itself. Okay, well, I mean, technically I'm an only child, I'm a youngest child, and I'm an oldest child. And she looking like, what? When I tell you my therapist was flipping that paper over, she said, okay, hold on. She's trying to make a family tree, and it's so many fractures in the tree. She has to flip her page over. And I'm sitting there like, I'm dysfunctional. This is the first session. I'm thinking internally. She ain't even started digging at me, but just for me having to like share my background to kind of like get moving, I was like, I've normalized dysfunction. Because her response, which it wasn't even judgmental, it was just like a natural response, like, oh, okay. You know, like she's just trying to keep up what I'm saying and flip. I was like, this is not normal. This can't be normal. Although I have lived thinking that it was normal, this can't be normal. Like, she's a stranger. She ain't got no personal judgment for me. This is her job. This is what I'm thinking. I'm like processing as I'm telling her all this. And I'm like, okay, Lord, the journey begins. That's how you should feel in therapy. Yeah. If you feel like, oh, it's a great session. No, baby.
At least not in the beginning.
You do get to a place where you're like, you feel relieved because you know, okay, like I'm going in and I'm about to just share what my truth is. I'm about to just let it out. But in the beginning, until that becomes normal and comfortable, yeah, because you're practicing a new normal. Oh, it's going to challenge you.
To that point, I've talked to people like in their 50s who were initially against their therapy. That after they went, one pastor said to me, if I knew what I know now about therapy, I would have gotten into it in my teens. This is a 50-something-year-old pastor. So because of my journey, and I think because of yours, I think it was, you know, what you said, it was rough for you in the beginning. When I first got into therapy, I was such of a wreck and so ready to know whatever. I remember this, to your point. My therapist asked me, do you have any concerns about what might come up? And I said, I want to know it all, doc. Give it all to me. There's nothing about me that I don't want to come up because I don't want to be living a lie within myself.
That's
like
it.
Nothing else can be foundationally true,
right? That
I have my hand in, that is an extension of me,
right?
If I am living or standing on a lie.
Yeah.
So that was I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
So this is the last one.
Okay.
If religion, and this might be layered, Marcus, hold your seat. If religion wasn't watching.
Ooh, I like.
We could do a whole.
Not relationship, religion. Because those are two different things, but go ahead. I
got to tell you why I'm pausing.
You got to say the whole question.
Okay. If religion wasn't watching, would you still have gotten married when you did? Or chosen differently? Now, we're going to let that air out, and then I got to tell you this thought. I'm going to cut you loose.
Yes.
If religion wasn't watching, would you still have gotten married when you did and who you did? Now, I believe we're firm believers in Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for them that love him.
And are called according to his
name.
We
both really believe that even in, mistakes,
right,
and mishaps and ignorance.
Yeah.
God taking care of fools and babies.
Yes.
That his master plan
is still working.
Come
on now.
With our errors.
Yes.
And with our sabotage.
They already calculated
with our trauma.
They already calculated in.
Come on, say it. It's already what?
It's already working.
It's already done.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
The scarf helped. So the reason why.
That tea with honey and lemon helped.
Thanks to my nurse. The reason why this word religion sticks out to me when I read this, like I didn't write it down, is because your religious framework differs based on your religion. And most of our religion is based on what geographical location, what country we were born in.
Yeah.
So if you're born in Indonesia, you might be Buddhist. If you're born in Egypt, you might be Muslim or Jewish. So if you're born in the West, everybody got a cross around their neck. Why you got a Jesus piece? You didn't even believe it. That's Kodak. So what I'm saying is, like, you are a Christian because your mama was a Christian, your daddy was a Christian, your big mama, like, it's handed down. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but what I am saying that the formula and the dogma that is integrated and that has been traditionally passed down in that religion shapes how you see the world, how you see God, and how you see others and self.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to ask the question again. I want you to answer.
And what rules you operate under.
Because certain countries and cultures, so like in the Bible Belt, you can't be around here, a pastor, and out here sipping on that wine. But if you go to Scotland, if you go to Ireland, that you're going to have that.
If you go to Italy
for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you don't have to wait until after 5 to have a drink. So depending on what part of the world you're in sometimes dictates
how people view it, what judgment is attached to it.
So that's why I think this question is so long. I'm going to ask it. I want you to answer. If religion wasn't watching you, you didn't believe religion was watching you. Your answer is going to be different than mine.
Yes.
If religion wasn't watching, would you still have gotten married when you did, or would you have chosen differently?
Yes, I would have still got married when I did.
Okay.
Because I don't feel like for me it was prompted by religion. It was really initiated by what I felt internally towards you. And the peace that I had concerning the relationship.
That's so good. See, everybody's answer ain't.
But I also didn't have like this phobia of, okay, well, if it don't work, what they gonna think, what they gonna say. Like, to me, it was just like another level of dating, but in an adult framework. That's really how I kind of saw marriage, more so than the religious framework. I was like, okay, I'm an adult now. So adults, if they are wanting to get into a committed relationship, they get married. Like, that's how I thought in my 21-year-old brain. It really didn't have anything to do with,
and we discussed,
oh my God, he's going to be mad at me. The Lord is going to get me. Like, I didn't have that. We discuss
this often.
We do.
Said. Now, you've experienced trauma.
Yes.
Poverty.
Yes.
Parents divorcing.
Yes. Well, my parents were actually never married. I was actually a product of an affair. Side note.
So all of that and then some.
Yeah.
Talk about abuse.
Yeah.
Through all of that, what we just said, his greater plan.
Right. And I moved around a lot. So I lived on the East Coast, the West Coast, and Central America. So it kind of gave me different views of like what relationships look like, what marriage looks like. It wasn't just
one set.
Right.
And I think that when we discuss this, when we just casually are talking about it, even through all of the pain and all of the non-religiousness that you were not exposed to, when we met, you ended up still loving and following the witness of God on the inside of you through all of that trauma. Me, on the other hand.
Can I say this?
What?
And I'm sorry to interrupt you.
She gonna cry.
I'm not gonna cry, but I'm just thinking about it in real time. I was really like willing to follow you because of who you were as a person. It had absolutely nothing to do with your affiliation with any religious sector. Like, I just was like, he is a really good guy. And I haven't met a really good guy before like this. Like, I haven't been with somebody that I just feel like comfortable to like laugh and be free with and to just, you know, feel a level of peace. So you're right. It was your own witness. It had nothing to like the first time we met up, I was like, oh, you played a keyboard for a church? In my head, I'm like, that should have been a red flag.
What they say about the
musicians. Then when I found out you was youth pastor, I was like, oh Lord, we got multiple red flags going on here. Red flag, red flag, red flag.
Youth pastor.
But it was you. It was like you, your being, your manhood, who you were as a person in that moment that really drew me.
Now, what she said is good. I'm thinking out loud about what you said. I loved God. I've always loved God, and I grew up in church. There were a lot of positive things that I learned in my church upbringing, in my religious upbringing. And there was some harm that I learned. What I think is so beautiful, to your point, on my end, as even though there was a erroneous fear of God, even though there was a harmful theological lens that had been given to me about God and about myself, you still were able to look past and see through all of that and see the love of God in me. Because I was not, like, there were some things that I did not do, not because it was my love of God. It was because I didn't want to get sat down. So, like, the version of me that you met, that John genuinely loved God, even though he was afraid of God. And there were some things that he did not do because he was afraid of people and losing his community and not breaking their rules. That you were still able to see this man through all of that. He loves his God. That's tolerable. That's tolerable. So my answer is different than yours. No, I wouldn't.
That I know. He would not have been married.
Well, no, I would not have gotten married at the time. I was going to get married.
And he would have chosen differently.
Let me answer.
He didn't know he needed me until down the road. Go on and talk on it, though. Let me stop talking for him.
Before I was cut. Yes, he's telling the truth. I would not have gotten married when I got married. If my youth pastor would have married me and my 10th grade girlfriend, we would have got married in 10th grade. That's the proof. And she was a dark-skinned sister. So
he never thought he was going to marry.
Now, I didn't see the color of
red bone.
I just knew that they had certain qualities. So I dated.
But your mom is brown skinned, so that makes sense that you were looking to replicate
my mom
that.
Got mom hands. And I just knew in my core, like, I'm not wrapped too tight. I'm really going to need somebody to be with me because I'm not going to be out here by myself. I did know I was going to have something fine on my arm. I just didn't know she was going to have a wedding ring on her. You're not going to do that tonight.
Okay.
What you're not going to do. That's what you're not going to do.
We'll give him a pass on that. This is called grace and mercy.
Yeah, you had nah, please, I want no smoke. So I forgot what I was going to say. So anyway, I would not have gotten married when I got married.
True.
If religion wasn't watching.
Right.
And I would not have gotten married to who I got married to.
Right.
If religion wasn't watching.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm going to say this. I answered like that before you because I think it's important for people to know that it's okay to share that truth with your spouse. It doesn't have to be an indictment against who and what I am. Like, I am still valuable. I am still worthy. I am still enough. That just was his truth in the moment.
Yes.
And that truth was really fueled by a lot of fear, a lot of shame, a lot of condemnation. And that's not what I was necessarily brought up in. So I don't judge him for that. That's just the reality of where he was at 22.
Now, let me give the church a break. I'm going to give y'all a break. Had I not came up the way that I came up, I would have had children all over the city. So he took.
Cause I see some ladies tonight that should be having my
baby. Listen, what's another one? Just in case
I don't make it home tonight.
From choir rehearsal, from revival, from YPW, from youth night. But seriously, because I was afraid, I believe that God and his puzzle piece putting together
in his infinite wisdom,
in his providential hand.
Come on.
Used fear. Used it to get his will done.
Yeah.
So that I would not show up to the table with you. Wouldn't even give me a second look if I had 3 kids.
Please let the church
so there
say
were some things that she
amen.
Didn't discuss, but a man with 3 kids at 22, like you got a scarlet letter. Like unless you get with another one who's got, and I wasn't making that kind of, so we was going to be poorer out the jump. So anyway, that's a whole nother story. So I think
we was not going to be together if he had 3 kids. Let me just say that.
So I didn't.
He would have just been fun, not
because
forever.
I wasn't trying, like, not that I wasn't out here hitting them raw if I had the choice.
Wow.
Yeah, if I was out here raw dogging, shooting the club up. God made sure I showed up to the table how I needed to be. Kidless. With who I was supposed to be with. No STDs. Come on. None whatsoever.
An early grave had his name on it. If he was going to live the way he wanted to live without fear.
You would not be watching this vlog. There would not be 300 plus subscribers at this.
Say that.
What did you say?
I said say that.
Oh, you would not be watching this.
Because we would not exist, baby.
Had we not went the route that we went.
That's good.
Because I would have dated you if you had a kid. I would just bring the kid on. Whatever I need to do to get that, bring it on.
That's precious in your own way, but no, I did not want no man with no kids.
Little Junior, hey, little shit, come on. Hey, stepdaddy, come on now. Take that step out of it. Yeah. Well,
I had too many stepdaddies.
No.
That's why I didn't want to like make nobody no stepdaddy, nor did I.
If you were in my lineup, if I was the contestant and it was you and a bunch of other women, I want to know, like, what's the relationship between you and the child's father? Like, is it contentious? You still texting him? Like, you still love him? You got his name tattooed on your breast. Like, what's the dynamic? And if you would have said, nah, I still love him. So I had some rules too. Don't think you're the only one that with standards and please. All right. I think we're complete tonight. So
yeah, he being so extra right now. You wanted to be married so bad so that you could legally knock boots.
I don't do a whole bunch of back.
Now listen, at 22 he was overly jealous though. Overly jealous.
He's a jealous guy. I must be like God.
I was like, who are you? I thought I knew you. I don't know you.
When you find something good and you'd be moving scarcity, and you said, okay. So let's sum this up.
You got too many compliments in that dress. You might not need to wear that no more.
Wow.
Y'all hear that bus go boop boop? We can laugh about that kind of stuff because we have grown so much from those places. But back then, I was like, sir, I don't know who you thought you married or what you thought this was. What we not gonna do up in here, baby.
She was saying that's all. You're not my daddy. You my. Anyway, first of all, I didn't grow up with my daddy, so you're not about to be my daddy.
And I did say that.
But he makes all things new. I have been that I'm now daddy. If you let it go, God is willing to give it back to you.
Okay, y'all hear that bus roll over me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, listen.
You ain't gonna leave me hanging.
You're right.
Daddy. Sometimes you put a Z before
daddy.
Yes, sir. Come on. But you got to earn that.
You do have to earn that.
It ain't by grace and faith. You got to get the work.
Our daughter said, Mama, why you call him daddy? He our daddy. I said, well, baby, I was calling him daddy before you got here. That's how you got here, boo. Please no.
there's things you couldn't understand. There's things you wouldn't understand. Man, when that door closes and it's time for bed,
You're
the
childish.
whole house ain't sleep. There's still work to be done.
No, they still wait. You about to start coughing.
Working in my building.
Oh, God.
All right, we're back.
I was like, please don't aspirate that liquid down your
My
lungs.
God.
Lord have mercy.
Anyway, I'll tell you the truth before I tell you a lie. So let's sum this up. I think that understanding self, understanding what you said about your therapist, understanding your family history, and being honest with you before you can even be honest with anyone else.
Absolutely.
Why did I marry? Why do I want to get married? Is there any societal pressure? Is there any fear or phobia of not being accepted or being included? Is your wedding day, you have an overemphasis on your wedding day? We didn't have a traditional wedding. We've been married 18 years by His grace.
And His mercy.
And we got married in a storefront church office. Never had, maybe when we hit the milestone, take it to that beach. We've been to, resort destinations, but if we wanted to, we could have. But what I'm saying is that
our love is not predicated on me being in a wedding dress and you being in a tux. It's just not.
So just investigate. I think one of the things that I think you and me, I can't remember who said it, look into your frustrations to see what expectations were not met, to investigate, to find out what did I marry this person for? I married you for what?
And you might find out that some of your frustrations are expectations that you never verbalized. If you keep getting mad about the same thing that your partner is doing and they looking at you like, it may be that you didn't communicate that you expected them to do these things. Because a lot of people come into relationships with unrealistic expectations. And we're like, well, you should just know. No, I really hate. And I know hate is a strong word. I really hate when people come in with unrealistic expectations and uncommunicated expectations. You didn't come into this relationship to be a mind reader.
Or heart regulator either.
Okay, both of those things. And I didn't come into the relationship to be a mind reader or a heart regulator. Like, I came into this relationship. I came into this relationship to be in covenant with you. And I was expecting you to manage you, and I was going to manage me, and we was going to just live this beautiful life.
Every girl that I dated, they weren't a 10. They were probably, some girls I dated, they were like 6, 7. I just thought about
And then what number am I?
Come on now. You off the Richter scale. Ain't no.
There you go.
You gotta answer that right. So, I think this episode was helpful.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we gave some good homework, some questions to think about, some comedy, some transparency with where we've been.
Right.
But I think that it is important for every person that is watching this, that will watch this, to really look into what you want and why you want what you want. Because no one is a pawn in your
game of chess.
Everybody has feelings, thoughts, and desires. One time we were sitting with a couple and one person asked the other person, do you think about other people when we're having sex? That's what I want to see.
Look, we got still ooh, what's this answer going to be?
So there are some real truths that you must come to within yourself. And there are some real truths that you must come to about the relationship. Last point that we're closing. There's a young lady who we follow on our marriage page. I think if you look at our subscriptions, you can see her. Erica, she said that women predominantly have been taught to society to think with their hearts concerning life decisions, and that men have been taught to use logic. Some of that is emotional distancing and avoidance, but God within you will communicate to you what is real. And I think that one of the things that we've discovered in our journey is sometimes taking a break from the dogma and the repetitive cycle of just hearing the same thing over and over again, weekly and daily, and letting God that is on the inside of us, Christ in us, the hope of glory, communicating to you what you already know, but just not being able to move with that or come to grips with that because of societal pressure, because of family pressure, because of work pressure, because of etc. So we hope this was helpful to you, that we said something that would spark a conversation, that would spark a dialogue, that would encourage therapy if you're not in it, if you have access to therapy, or simply just have honest conversation.
Vulnerability. Being introspective.
The platform, we named it Marriages for Grown Folks because this thing called life and adulthood, let alone if you decide to get married or to enter into marriage, it really requires maturity. So these conversations that we talked about tonight, they are difficult conversations. It might be some chandelier shaking.
And don't try to have these conversations in the middle of an argument. Come on, let's use wisdom out here now, folks. Okay,
so when we
let it be a good day.
When we say it, we mean it. Marriage,
it's for grown folks.
We'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.